Welcome back to the Marketing Ninja Podcast with Manuel Suarez, CEO of attention-grabbing media and author of #1 bestseller, Marketing Magic.
The system is really very arbitrary, and you can build your own system. We all have different systems. Some people say, if I don't write my goals every day, they don't become a reality. That's not the case for me. I don't write my goals every day, and I have made my goals a reality every single year. Whenever I set a goal, I accomplish it. I generally do accomplish it. I can tell you what my system is for accomplishment of goals. I did back in the day, years ago, I used to write a diary down with a 30, 60, 90-day window of like what I wanted to accomplish. What I do right now is the following. Every single end of the year, I sit down and I write down what I accomplished for the year. And I write down every single thing that I accomplish. Personally, with the family, and professionally. And because my family is at the center of all of it, and because they're involved in my life in every way possible, then I write down what everybody else accomplished individually. Got 4 kids, I got a wife, myself. We got a lot of different things that we do. So we all have individual goals. We have like academical goals for the kids. We have professional goals for us and things that we want to accomplish. I'm fortunate that my wife happens to be herself a genius entrepreneur in her own right. So we share goals and we build businesses together. So every single year, we spend a few days writing down goals. And we've been doing this for a solid 10 years. We look at what we accomplished the year, and then we write down what we want to accomplish for next year. And what's very surprising, this is a great exercise for anybody to do, because I go back now and I look at what I wrote 7 years ago. We live on this digital era, which is amazing because we used to write goals on a piece of paper. And that piece of paper, good luck if you still have it around a decade later or 20 years later. Right now, I have everything on my phone. I have a note system in which I have been writing this for ages. So I can go back and I can look at my 2014 goals. For example, I had a goal to build a company that in 2014 generated $100,000 a month in sales. That was a huge goal. It was an unreal goal. It was incredible. So that was years ago. This big goal was $100,000 a month on revenue. And I wanted to produce that because I felt that was going to give us freedom. Well, right now, I do somewhere around $5 million a month. So you see, I can see that journey. And for me, that's very important because I can always go back. At the end of the year, we sit down and we look at what were our goals last year for this particular year. And then we sit down and we see, check, accomplish. Oh, this one we didn't quite get it. Maybe we wanted to get so many staff members. Like we wanted to have 200 consultants and we only have 150. Okay, well, we move that into the next year. My system for goal management is once a year, I write what I want to accomplish. And we take in all the family members and we talk about what we want to accomplish for that next year. And we observe what we accomplished in that year. And we move on to the next year. And then we push that growth consistently. And then day to day, I have a task management system and I have a great system in place. And I have people around me that one of the things that they know is that when I say something out loud, they're going to write that down and they're going to execute on it and come back and tell me that it's done. So I don't manage individual things like that. I have now people that I can give tasks to. I can give a little piece of my mind that I want to share with them, and they'll be in charge of executing that. And then they come back and give me dones. It didn't start like that because I didn't have a team when I started. So I had to write my own tasks every single day. I don't really write my task every day anymore. Not at this point. I write my tasks to, for example, my executive assistant, and I give her my task and I can just forget about it. And I know she's going to get it done. And that's a part of what we have with a great team in which we all are pushing together to get the goals completed. And I can rely that when I hand something over to them, they're going to get it done. The first step towards success for any individual that wants to get themselves on a journey is to handle themselves mentally, spiritually, and get themselves on the mindset required for them to succeed. And that includes like having to change viewpoints that are keeping you down, viewpoints from the past. Success is a journey that anybody can travel if they have the right information and the right people around them. Simple as that, right? So if they have the people that are going to support them along the way, that are not dragging them down, and if they have the actual mindset that they want to build a better lives. Like in my case, my journey began very deep already into my life. Like I was 28, 29 years old when I looked at my kids and I said to myself, this is not just about me now. I have a duty to provide for these people, those little beings that are now my responsibility. So my success journey began with a necessity level to succeed. Like I had to do something about them, and I was not comfortable anymore, and I wasn't proud for the fact that I couldn't really help them survive. And we were in a very difficult financial condition at that point. So it began at that point by me just having that level of necessity to say to myself, I got to do something about myself. That's the first initial drive. Once you have that in place, then you're going to have to get rid of those things that are bringing you down or stopping you from growing. Like money is the root of all evil. Well, I think that that's a line that is said by people that are themselves broke, that themselves are struggling financially. Because when you use that particular line and you believe it's true, you're basically using it to justify or excuse your own inability to produce money. Because money is not the root of all evil. Without money, we wouldn't be able to help our churches, help our causes, help our family, and help our employees. So this whole concept of like money is evil comes from a few evil people in this world that have used money in evil ways. But that's not the general approach to it, because at the same time, there's been a lot of people that have used money in very good ways. So the root is not really money. The root is the individual being and what you want to do with it. I make a lot of money. I'm in the top 1% of the top 1% of this country, potentially when it comes to money that I produce and I put in my pockets. I use a lot of that money to help people. And I don't use any of the money to impact people negatively. I use it to grow my team, present for them a road for them to succeed and expand personally and professionally. So that whole concept should be eliminated, because that's basically not what life is all about. Money is a tool that we can use to address problems in life and have freedom. I like to describe money as something that really opens up the door for you as an individual to do what you want to do and to not do what you don't want to do. At the root of what you want to do is your nature as a person. So if you're a good person, you're going to use that money to do good things. And in reality, in this world, we are surrounded by more good people than bad people. So if we make a lot of money and we succeed, then the good in this planet is going to be widespread, because we have a lot of good in this world, and we really do.
Hey, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the podcast, go ahead, leave us a review and subscribe to tune in for future episodes. And if you're looking for a team that'll go above and beyond for you and your brand, go to talktoaninja.com today.